Hello everybody, welcome to Pokemon Replay channel, and today we'll be analyzing an SPL 11 Week 4 matchup, Blunderr of the Dragon Spell Tyrants, who is currently 2-1, who lost to Updated Kanto last week. If you did not see that game, I did cover an analysis in the other week on that video. Now we also have Gondra, who won against I believe Rayless of last week, because I also did cover that game as well, using a lot of prediction, which is very cool. And Gondra is actually the best Sun and Moon player, tied with Welayu. Welayu has been an absolute tear, and I will cover a video on his Sun and Moon performance right after I record this one as well. So we see Blunderr versus Gondra, and let's get straight to the team preview. So we see that Landers, Blunderr brought a very offensive team. He likes his offense, but Gondra comes prepared, of course. We see on Blunder's side a very Sun-based team. Charizard Y, probably Banded or Scarfictini. Como might be a defensive, especially defensive, to soak up hits from Ash Greninja, because there's no real Ash Greninjas switch-ins on this entire team. There's no real water resists. Heatran might be Specs or Z-Move. Landers Farian. If not the Victini Scarf, then probably the Landers. The Landers might be Z-Move, and well, the Rotomosh needs to be defensive to deal with like ranked teams like such as this. And this is going to be actually quite rough, in my opinion, for Blunderr, because this team's got no real water resists whatsoever. Yeah, just looks like a clear matchup advantage like Gondra. Blunderr did lose to Lax in the SPL finals from Rain, and Blunderr also brought Rain from to SPL finals as well. But he did win with Rain against Triumphrush that game last year in the semifinals against the Wolfpack, and they went on absolute tear with the Dragon Spell Tyrants. Then they eventually curbed at that point. So Rain has not been too kind to Blunderr in the recent tournament past. So just looking at it, I'm really going to give the edge to Gondra in this matchup because of this absolutely glorious matchup. I mean, there's nothing really more if you could ask from a better matchup if you're Gondra. You just got exactly what you want, because now we see Victini once again from Blunder's side. So Victini comes out again against Budget. So maybe Blunderr was expecting Pelipper to come in so he could just Bolt Strike it, U-turn out. But actually we see something quite interesting. We see a Final Gambit on this Victini, so that definitely reveals its max HP Scarf. The rest of the Pokemon, now it's definitely offensive game, because now that defensive core of Gondra with the Ferrothorn, just one member is down now, so this Rotom is pretty much free to click, Hydro Pump and Volt Switch, so this kind of gives a nice edge for Blunderr, so that's a nice gambit for Blunderr. Gondra, I still don't think it matters too much if he plays his cards right, that is, because unless this Rotomosh is some crazy set, I do not think this is going to be Tapu Koko anytime soon. As well as Hawlucha is a big problem, because once it gets some Sword Dance and Acrobatics, it could just absolutely destroy Blunder's team, unless he's like defensive Flying EMC Landorus. So now Kumo comes in on a Tapu Koko. We're going to see a switch to Landorus from Como, and Gondra reveals the Twinkle Tackle, absolutely putting Landorus, destroying Landorus. I think this is a lost game now for Blunderr, because if let's say if he went to Heatran here, much better than you just get probably rocks up if he is rocks Z-Tran. If he is Como, Z-Como or Belgium Como, I think he definitely had a better shot winning this game because he just sub up on something passive, maybe like a Ferrothorn, but he, I mean, he just sacked the Gondra sacked the Ferrothorn right away, so that gave less opportunity for that Como to set up. And that Twinkle Tackle just now limits Blunder's ability to deal with the Halucha, so let's go. Let's see if it goes to Heatran. He actually goes for a U-turn here. That's a pretty smart play by Gondra right here, going for that U-turn, just getting so much momentum with his Tapu Koko. Pelipper sets the rain, and this might be probably defensive, as we see rocks up, so this Heatran is especially defensive, and that means the Como is the Z move user, probably Clangra Soul. And we see Rotom come in on the rocks. So we see Waterfall here, that did quite a lot, 39%, and we see Hydro Pump actually do quite a lot as well. So, important thing to note is that the Rotom on the next switch, if it is, it looks like to be 50% berry, Iapalpa berry. I'll just come in the next time out, but that means something's going to die right here, and probably it's going to be the Landorus. He actually reveals that the Heatran's going to be the choice of Sack. Probably wants to reserve the Halucha. The Landorus to Sack to the Halucha, and try to do something from there. So, Heatran's a Sack, I mean, still wasn't doing really anything. Charizard comes in, so I mean, let's say if Blunderr didn't get flinched right there, so Hydro Pump killed, then simply the switch in would be Greninja, and I think you try to go for a win with Como at that point, but I still think you have a Tapu Koko and a Halucha as well, and a Pelipper. It's definitely manageable for Gondra to deal with. And we also see that Charizard died. It's probably Sun. Zard Y. Como comes in. Double the Landorus. He's just sacking Pokemon at this point. And the fact that he's also not doing too much with his own. Because if he was Iapalpa berry, he would have switched in his Rotom already. You see Como come in now. Yeah, Koko's going to be a switch in because he doesn't want to take a Clangra Soul, and it reveals Dragon Dance, and this is... He does get a crit on the Koko, but it's just not enough, so... yeah, so this game was absolutely perfect for Gondra. Very short replay commentary. There's not much to say. So he does reveal Iapalpa berry. This is where I don't get it at all. And for anyone who's also wondering if he was Zard Y, I actually did test this out because this happened to me in a ladder game. If he just sets up the Sun on the Swampert, still the Swampert still gets the Swift Swim boost from the previous turn, as this it's still faster and it's just going to kill the Charizard. For any of you, those who are wondering, and it still wouldn't have mattered if he was Zard Y or Zard X or not. He might have been able to live a hit if he was Zardex on maybe like the slimmest of percentage, but still it's not enough to kill a Mega Swampert. So that miss definitely started for Blunderr. He could just Hydro Pumped, switch out and kill the Heatran, and then go to Renomage. Simple as that. But that's not what we see, and then we just see him sack Pokemon willy-nilly. There's probably some reason why he sacked all these Pokemon. Like, if I think the better sequence was simply to sack Heatran, go into Renomage, and then Hydro Pump. That forces in the Tapu Koko. You sack the Charizard, then you go into Landorus, and then you would just force a you Earthquake there, um, for example, and then you'd switch to Rotom on a Hawlucha. You double into Landorus on the sack maybe. Um, Hawlucha, but still Hawlucha's gonna win regardless. So still, like, there's not much he could have done in this position. He just gets absolutely destroyed by matchup. And now that Hawlucha's gonna come in, and you can't evolve switch on a dying Pokemon. So yeah, Gondra goes for another win, and I'm going to be very happy to see when Gondra and Welayu do match up, and because they are the currently leaders in the Sun and Moon tier, or Gen 7 overused tier, with wins. So I'll be definitely reporting that, and Blunderr loses for the second week straight. Maybe he could bounce back, as in week 5 he's actually playing Gen 8 OU. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I know it was rather short, but I still try to get the most tournament coverage I can possibly get out there. So I will see you next time on the Pokemon Replay channel. If you do like this content, of course, click subscribe and like the video. For more content, I try to post multiple times within a week or weekly, depending on my schedule. But yeah, I hope I see you next time on the Pokemon Replay channel. Peace out.